In this vlog, I think what I'm gonna do, because we're leaving next week, and I kind of want to recap all the fun stuff that there is to do here, give you guys some tips, recommendations. So first off, let's talk about where to stay. You want to stay in this area.
I used to recommend to stay inside of CTM and Benito Juarez, but now this time around 2024, it's growing so much out here. I would actually even say you could look in this kind of area like Gaia 50 all the way to 60 because there's new developments happening and this part is growing so much. Anywhere you are in this general area, you're gonna find some good accommodations and lots of restaurants and things to do.
So now that you have found your apartment to stay in, you're gonna need to work, right? So if you're a digital nomad moving here and you're looking for a reliable place where you can connect and not lose power, there are a couple of options for you. There's Nest, which is one of the main co-work spaces here. That's actually where I did my very first talk. Moni, who's the manager there, she actually does a really great job of organizing events there. Another one is called Bunker. Honestly, it's a lot like it sounds. It's like a bunker. Not a lot of windows. It's kind of small and tight, but it has pretty good Wi-Fi, and the upstairs meeting space has air conditioning, so that's really nice. Yeah, other than that, I would recommend cafes. The issue that you're gonna run into is sometimes it's just really hot, and a lot of the cafes have open air concept, so it's kind of hard to sit there with your computer. But a good cafe is Bajo. That's one of my favorite ones. They have good food, great service, a really beachy environment too, which is kind of cool. It's just if it gets hot, if it's hot during the day, if you're coming in the summer, could get a little unbearable outside. There's also Quadra, which is off of CTM and I think 10th. Indoor space, and it has AC and the Wi-Fi is pretty good there. A last one that I want to throw in is La Ceiba. There's a cafe in the park and they have pretty good Wi-Fi, honestly. Next on the list for you guys is grocery shopping. I like to put in these kinds of tips because I feel like it's more realistic for your day-to-day living. Sometimes people go to these grocery stores and they're like, oh, I'm paying the same price as I do in the States. Like, what's, I don't understand. But of course, if you're gonna buy imported products, so like the same brands that you're getting from the States, it's probably even gonna be more expensive because you have to pay import taxes on top of this. Instead of going for the American brand that you're used to, look for the alternative from a local brand. So with that out the way, Mega Soriana would be my recommendation. Local chain, and they have local prices. But it's a big one. Think about it almost like Mexico's Walmart. They also have like clothes. You can buy socks there if you're looking for socks, But it's kind of like a one-stop shop for a lot of what you will need, and it has good prices. The next one that's like super local is called Super Aquí. This is super local though. Like you're not gonna find, like for me, I like hazelnut creamer, the coffee mate one, and that's what I look for every time, and I'm happy to pay the expensive rate that it is, but I probably would not find that at Super Aquí. Like it's only gonna have local brands, which is fine because sometimes that's what I'm looking for. Chedraui is local, but it's a Chedraui Select. Think of this almost like Central Market kind of vibe. So it's a little more upscale and things are a little bit more expensive there. The other one that I would recommend, obviously there's a Walmart, and Walmart is Walmart. It's the same. And there's also a Costco, and same thing. It's Costco. The Costco is just farther out, so you do have to either get a taxi there, or if you have a car, you'll just have to drive there. Other one that's really cool that I want to put on my list is DAC. This is a fruits and vegetables store, and they have very fresh fruits and veggies. And then of course there's the little fruterias, the little panderias, the carnicerias. Like there's all the smaller, more specific little stops that you can find all around little corners. The next thing I want to cover is where to eat. The first one, El Fogon. It's really good Mexican food, so definitely put that on your list. The next one that's also Mexican food, but it's more ceviche Mexican food, and that's called Clandestino. And this is one of those little restaurants with plastic chairs and tables, a radio blasting in the back of the restaurant. It is so good. I definitely recommend this spot for ceviche and beers after a beach day. Okay, this is a new one that popped up that I hadn't been to before, Tropical Taco. And this is all the way down 5th Avenue past CTM. And it's tacos, but like with a pretty twist. They have really good tacos there, and it's kind of a cool vibe. It's like a young Mexican hipster vibe, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's get into some pizza because you know your girl likes pizza. So a classic restaurant that I have loved getting pizza from here is Don Cendo. The pizzas are so good. They are deep dish, like Chicago style pizza. A new one that David and I went to for his birthday with some of our friends is called Papaya Slice. The pizza there is so delicious. Like definitely the best pizza I've had in Playa, hands down. And it's fairly new, and it's another cool like area that I would recommend being near. I'll put that on your list if you're a pizza gal. Another one that's off the topic of Mexican food is Moo Burger. This is obviously a burger place. They have really good fancy burgers. The ambiance is really cute too. It's right off 10th. They have nice lighting. If you're looking for breakfast, there's a bunch of cafes here and even more popping up all the time. But a few I would recommend are Que Huevo, Shushu, Bajo Cafe. There's a bunch. I mean, there's cafes literally everywhere, so you will not be short of any breakfast spots, that's for sure. Now, if you're looking for a date night, looking for something on the beach, kind of fancy, there's two that I recommend, and they both have very different vibes. One is Lido, right on the beach. They have really nice food. It's like very peaceful, but it's so romantic, and the entrance is really cute to take photos in. And the other one is Fusion. It's right on the beach also, but it has live music. It has a louder atmosphere. It's a cool vibe. Next on the list that I really want to make sure to share is events and how to find them. First one of my favorites, obviously beach volleyball. Right on the beach, there's a pretty big community here for it, and that you can find through a WhatsApp group. You can also just show up. They play on Tuesdays and Sundays, and it's usually around 3 o'clock, and I don't know how long they go into the night. Another one, the field workouts. The field workouts are so fun. I don't know how long they'll be doing it, considering that the summers get really hot here. Another one, which is one that I went to when I first got here to Playa, it's called Practical Philosophy. And this happens every Tuesday at 6:30. Right now, they are at Zion, I think is how you would call it. And that's a fun thing to do if you don't like drinking, loud music, big party scene. That meetup is specifically to go and have deep conversations with people about a specific topic. There's structure around it, so it's more structured than the way I'm describing it now. There's also comedy nights. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna be happening, but comedy nights happen every Tuesday. The doors open at 8 o'clock, and it's at the It Hotel. Another really cool activity called language exchange. I love finding these, especially in digital nomad hubs like this. It's just a whole bunch of expats that are living here from so many different countries, speaking so many other languages other than English and Spanish. So that's always really cool. And they do karaoke every Friday at 8 p.m. at Sandbar Beach House. Now this is one that I haven't gone to, but it's definitely one that I've had on my list. What a fun concept. And who doesn't love karaoke? Okay, the next one that I want to make sure to drop in here is
there's an event called Digital Community Meetup. This happens every Wednesday. It is more of like a networking vibe, but they have 2 for 1 drinks, and it's at Cuarto Elemento every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Another one that's like super popular, everybody knows this one, it's Laura's Quiz Night. Laura's also the girl that runs the Lunch and Learns, and this happens every Tuesday at 8 p.m. at Buzo's, which is the same location that we do the Lunch and Learns. The other big one, there's also Nomad meetups that happen at B Playa. That's every Friday, and I think it starts at 8 p.m. So how can you find a lot of these events? I would say go start, like if you're not in any WhatsApp groups at all, because that's what you're trying to get into is all the WhatsApp groups. But let's say you're starting fresh and you don't have any connections here, start with a Facebook group. So go into Facebook, look for like digital nomads in Playa del Carmen. There's a whole bunch of groups. Start there and start searching in there for some links, because people drop links. And I swear to God, once you're in one, you're gonna see them all. Like there's so many meetups. And I think there's like a super huge master spreadsheet that has links to all of them. I've seen that floating through a couple of WhatsApp chats. But honestly, you can't miss it. So just try to get into one and start with the Facebook groups, or go to one of these events and ask somebody if they can add you to the WhatsApp group. But being in the WhatsApp groups is a game changer, because you can kind of have an eye on all of the things you're interested in at a quick glance, and you can just, schedule a little calendar for yourself about events that you want to do in and around Playa, especially for solo travelers. This is a really good way to make friends while you're living here. Last but not least, all the ways to enjoy this beautiful area, Playa del Carmen and the surrounding spots. You cannot miss the cenotes. That's like a big thing to do here. There's so many cenotes, and you can jump into a taxi, you can catch a colectivo, you can rent a car. You can buy tours, like excursion tours from hotels. They'll take you to lots of different cenotes. There's a bunch. Obviously, the beaches, we're on the Caribbean Sea here, so the beach is beautiful. Tulum is a pretty beach. It's very expensive to go to the beaches there, because the only available beach area is through the hotels. So you have to pay like an entrance, but it's beautiful also. And if you want to get catered to, you can have your drinks and your food. But Playa del Carmen, there's a free beach. It's all along, actually, Playa is free. Go down towards Coco Beach, so like towards the 78th area from CTM to like 78th. All of that is open public beach, and it's not flooded with like restaurants and bars. It's a really cool Long Beach area. Cozumel has beautiful beaches also. That's just a ferry ride away. There's Akumal Beach. There's so many little beaches all around. So make sure that you hit up some of the beaches and soak in the sun. If you're more into like spirituality, there's a whole bunch of that kind of stuff too. There's a really good ayahuasca ceremony run by a man named Ruben. He's a shaman here. Highly recommend him. He's legit, and it's a beautiful experience. But there's also, again, a lot of WhatsApp chats where you can go to cacao ceremonies, sound bath ceremonies, water dance ceremonies, mushroom ceremony. Like there's just meditation, yoga, there's sunrise yoga. There's so much stuff to do in the spiritual side of experiences here. So definitely look out for WhatsApp groups. You could even walk into local cafes and look on the walls where they post like flyers and stuff and show up to some of those events. There's a lot. They're all over. There's yoga studios also. You can walk into the yoga studios and find some events there. But you'll be really well connected if you're looking for that kind of experience also. Another cool way to enjoy the area, there's a bunch of rooftop pools. This is fun. This is like party vibe. There's the Thompson roof. There's actually 2 Thompson hotels here. One has a really beautiful view. It's a rooftop and you could like see the ocean. You could see a lot, from Playa up top. Thompson also has another location where they have a beach club, and you could just
kind of run into the beach and then come back, and they have a swimming pool there too. But lots of pool events and activities that you can do. In general, there is too much to do in Playa, so I would first think about the kind of experience that you're trying to have, and then you could build out lots of different things. Honestly, I feel like there's a meetup and a group chat for just about any kind of experience or interest that you might have. And if for some reason you don't find one, Playa is definitely the place where you can start one of your own, and I guarantee you'll have at least 10 people interested in whatever it is you're starting. So I hope this has been really helpful for you guys. You can find my stories on all of the stuff we've been doing here. I have a vlog series about Playa del Carmen. You could also follow me on Instagram to see more up-to-date things that are happening, which is a lot more active than the YouTube channels. If you haven't subscribed and you made it this far, I think that means you want to subscribe and continue to watch videos like this. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you liked this video, leave me a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.